This video's purpose is to raise awareness for the exotic pet trade. It is an issue becoming more prominent than ever due to the rise of social media. But before we tackle that, we should cover the basics. So what is the exotic pet trade? The exotic pet trade, in my opinion, has three main parts to it. The first part is animal trafficking. How do the animals get to their homes? Oftentimes, it's quite cruel. This is because exotic pets are usually from countries other than your own. The sellers normally take the animals out of their habitat instead of breeding them. The sellers will also smuggle the animals in ordinary things such as suitcases or bottles. In case you're sensitive to this kind of stuff such as animal abuse, I included a trigger warning. Skip to this part of the video in case you are. In this footage, you can see some of the ways that smugglers sneak animals onto planes or boats. This is extremely cruel. I don't think you have to explain why this is wrong. The next stage is their actual final destination. Their enclosures or habitats while at someone's house. This can be done well, although sometimes their species just isn't suited for the tame life. And they can live a good life, even if they've been trafficked before. However, more often than not, their enclosures do not suit their needs. They have a bad quality of life. Later on in this video, I will look at good and bad pet enclosures. The last stage is the impact that trafficking leaves on the ecosystem. If you take away all the jaguars in the jungle to be a pet, even though the jaguars are still alive, the jungle still behaves as if they aren't there. This means that the ecosystem and food chain are disrupted. If we take animals from every ecosystem in the world, then that could ruin the environment. The most common reason people want exotic pets is for the bragging factor. People want cool pets. This is why exotic pets have become so popular recently. It's become easier for people to share and brag due to social media. Now I'll show you some bad pet enclosures. What is your reaction when you see this? Most people will think it's okay, but in reality, this bearded dragon enclosure is extremely harmful. Even with basic research, I was able to find out that this enclosure is really bad. Bearded dragons require space around 2 times this. The surroundings are really bare. There aren't many heaters or lights either. Not to mention that there aren't many plants other than cacti. This enclosure demonstrates the problem with most pet enclosures, is that most owners don't tend to do the proper research and end up harming their animal instead. So, how can you help? The biggest thing you can do is not buy exotic pets. If you do, make sure that their needs can be suited in your home. Also, make sure that there are species that can be sustained in captivity. Animals such as iguanas, tigers, and monkeys are definitely hard to keep in captivity, especially in your own home. Try pets such as snakes, turtles, or bearded dragons, as long as you do the proper research with experts and keep them safe. You can also raise and spread awareness for this topic in order to prevent others from harming them.